Okay, our topic for today, Kate, is about cube root and square root. Is that your topic for your second quarter?
Opo.
Okay. So let me share first my screen, then we proceed in answering this worksheet. Okay. So I provide here, Kate, several mm problems involving the square root and also the cube root. So in a square root, Kate, you just need to think one number that you need to multiply twice by itself for you to get the square root of the given number. Okay, so in definition, the square root is a number that is the value that being multiplied by itself only twice gives the original number. So we have here Kate, is square root of 16. So, how do we get the square root of that number? So, you just need to think a number that when you multiply twice by itself, the result is 16. So, that is 4. Because when you multiply 4 and 4, the result here is 16. Another number here is 81. So the square root of 81, think of a number that when you multiply twice by itself, the result is equal to 81. And that is 9. 9 times 9 is equal to 81. How about this one, Kate? We have here the square root of 36. Now you tell me, think of a number that when you multiply twice by itself, the result is equal to 36. It can be 1 times 1 because the answer is only 1. It cannot be also 2 times 2 because that's only 4. How about 36? What is one number that when you multiply twice by itself, the result is equal to 36? 6. Very good. So the square root of 36 here is 6 because when you multiply, 6 times 6 is equal to 36. And that is the number inside the radical sign. Okay? How about this one? If we have here square root of 100, what is one number that when you multiply twice by itself, the result is equal to 100?
10.
Okay, very good. That is 10. How about this one? Think of a number that when you multiply twice by itself, the result is equal to 64. Very good. That is 8. How about this number? Think of a number that when you multiply twice by itself, the result is equal to 25.
5.
Very good. That is 5. So that's how we get the square root of the given number. Okay. How about the cube root? So in square root, we just need to multiply that given number twice by itself. But in cube root, we need to multiply it 3 times by itself. Okay, so when we say cube root, the cube root of a number is the value that when you multiply by itself 3 times gives the original number. So for example, cube root of 27. So you need to think of a number that when you multiply thrice by itself, the result is equal to 27, and that is equal to 3. Because when you multiply 3 times 3, that is equal to 9, times 3, that is equal to 27. Okay, so meaning to say the cube root of 27 is equal to 3. And then another one here is the cube root of 64. So think of a number that when you multiply thrice by itself, the number will give you 64. So that is 4 times 4, that is equal to 16, times 4, that's equal to 64. How about this one, Kate? Think of a number that when you multiply thrice by itself, the result is equal to 8. What is one number that when you multiply by itself 3 times, the result is equal to 8? You may start from the very small number that you know, very small natural number that is 1. 1 times 1 times 1 that is equal to 1.
64.
4. Let's try 4. So let's
64.
have here 4 times 4 that is equal to 16. Oh, that's more than 8 na. So therefore 4 is not the answer. What is one number that when you multiply 3 times by itself, the result is equal to 8?
8.
8? 8 times 8, that's already 64. We just need 8 here. Okay, so that number is equal to 2. Why 2? 2 times 2, that is equal to 4, times 2, that is equal to 8. So therefore, the cube root of 8 is equal to 2. Okay, the cube root of 8 is equal to 2. So that's how we get the cube root.
Okay.
How about this one, anak? Think of a number that when you multiply thrice by itself, the result is 125. You can also solve that on the board. One is cannot be because 1 times 1 times 1 is equal to 1. 2 is not also. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. What's one number, anak? What do you think is that number? You can scratch here. So again, 1 times 1 times 1 is
5.
sorry.
5.
Okay, very good. That is equal to 5. Why 5? So 5 times 5 is equal to 25. And you multiply another 5 here. 5 times 5 is 25, carry 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is equal to 12. So therefore, the answer here is equal to 5. How about this one? The cube root of 343. So it means it's more than 5 since the cube root of 125 is just 5. So higher than 5. Think of a number higher than 5 that when you multiply 3 times by itself, the result is equal to 343. Okay, very good. So your answer here, the cube root of 343 is equal to what, anak?
7.
Okay, very good. That is 7. Now, we'll try to answer this given worksheet. So for the directions, you just need to determine whether the following is a perfect square, a perfect cube, or they are both perfect square and a perfect cube. By the way, a number can be both perfect square and a perfect cube. Okay, just always remember that when you get a perfect square, you just need to think of a number that when you multiply two times by itself, that is a perfect square. And a perfect cube, think of one number that when you multiply three times by itself, the result is equal to the number itself. Okay, let's try this one. I'm going to answer number one. Then you're going to answer 3 until 12. 1 and 2. Okay. So, the number here is 1,000. I'm going to get the square root of 1,000. Okay, the square root of 1,000. So I need to think of a number that when I multiply it twice by itself, the result is equal to 1,000. Let me think of this like you can do the approximation, okay? Like for example, um 90 times 90, that is two zeros. And then when you multiply this one, that is 81. So meaning to say that is more than 1,000. So you lower the value. So we'll think of it as like 40. Let's try 40. 40 times 40, two zeros. 4 times 4 is 16. So let's try another one. We try it as 30. Okay? So that is 30 times 30. There are two zeros here. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. That's 900. Now you can approximate it like 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and so on. But this time, Keith, as you can see, the two numbers should be the ending number should be 0. So therefore, this is not a perfect square. Not perfect square. Let's try this one. We'll get it as a perfect cube. Okay. So I am thinking of a number that when I multiply it thrice by itself, the answer is equal to 1,000. So as you can see here, Keith, there are three zeros here. So meaning to say, you can separate the three zeros. So you have here one, two, three. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 times 1 is equal to 1. This one is a perfect cube. The cube root of 1,000 is equal to 10. Okay, it's not a perfect square, but this is a perfect cube. Another one, we have here number 2, the cube root of 81. So I need to think of a number that when you multiply it three times by itself, the result is equal to 81. So let's try 4. 4 times 4, that is equal to 16, times 4, that is equal to 64. So let's try another one. 5 times 5, that is 25, times 5 is equal to 125. Therefore, this number is not perfect cube. Now, let's try it as the square root of 81. Kate, what is one number that when you multiply twice by itself, the result is equal to 81?
9.
Okay, very good. So, this is not a perfect cube, but a perfect square. You try number 3, anak. Number 3 is 196. You try it muna by the perfect square. You can do the approximation. How we do the approximation, you can do this gate ha, like this. 10 times 10 is equal to 100. And then by 10. Then 20 times 20 is equal to 400, meaning to say that is between 10 and 20. And 196 is um is much closer to 100. So you can start at 11 times 11, 12 times 12, and so on for you to know if that number is a perfect square. Or you can start with 15, like half of of 10 and 20. O kaya you can do this also. Diba you have here 10. The next one is 11. When you multiply 11 times 11, the end here is 1. When you multiply 12 times 12, the ending number is 4. When you multiply 13 times 13, what is the ending number? What is 3 times 3?
9.
9. We should find the number that ends with 6. Okay, next one, 14. What is 4 times 4?
16.
16. So what is the last digit of 16? 6. Oh, you can try 14. You multiply 14 twice by itself and then see if that number will give us 196. Okay. So that is a perfect square with the root of 14. How about cube? How about cube root of 196? Oh, you know, you already know that the cube root of 125 is equal to, what is the cube root of
40.
100? Sorry, the cube root of 125 is equal to what?
5.
Okay, 5. Or you try 6 times 6 times 6. Since you already know that the cube root of 125 is equal to 5. If the result is more than um 196, therefore that is not a perfect cube. Familiarizations with the number can help us, Kate, to identify if it is a perfect cube or a perfect square. Mm. Is that more than 196? Okay, very good. So therefore, that number is not a perfect cube, but just a perfect square with a square root of 14. Okay? How about in number 4, anak? Try first with the square root. Oh, you already know that 10 times 10 is equal to 100. And then think of a number that when you multiply twice by itself, the last digit is 5. What number should you try to multiply by itself? 11 times 11, the last digit is 1. 12 times 12, the last digit is 4. 13 times 13, the last digit is 9. 14 times 14, the last digit is 6, since that is 16. How about 5 times 5? 15 times 15, what will be the last digit? 5 times 5 is
20.
25. Or you try 15 for you to know if that number is a perfect square. What's your answer, anak? What is 5 times 5?
25.
Oh, why you answer here like 77 pa? Well, that's 5. You write 5. Okay, and then 5 times 1 plus 2. 5 times 1 plus 2, anak. 5 times 1.
10.
Again, 5 times 1.
5. 5.
5 plus 2.
7.
Okay, very good. 7. Okay, the next one here. 1 times 5.
5.
5. You put it below 7. Mm. Okay, next one is 1 times 1.
1.
Okay, 1. Then you add them. Okay, so that is a perfect square, Kate. How about a perfect cube? Oh, you think of a number that when you multiply 3 times by itself, the result is equal to 225. So in our given example here, Kate, we all know that when we multiply like 6 times 6 times 6, that results to 216. You also know that when you multiply 7 times 7 times 7, the result here is what? In our example, what is 7 times 7 times 7? That is, that
Oh,
is 343.
3.
Now, Kate, from these numbers 6 and 7, do you think that 225 is a perfect cube? Yes or no? When you multiply 6 3 times by itself, the result is 216. When you multiply 7 3 times by itself, the result is 343. Now, Kate, I'll ask you, Is 225 a perfect cube or not?
Not.
Okay, very good. That is not a perfect cube since that is between the two integer and they do not result with 225. So again, 225 is just a perfect square but not a perfect cube. So Kate, I'm going to end first our first session and then please go back here at exactly 6:33. Okay, we'll continue our discussion. Do you have any question?
Wala.
Okay, sige. Bye for now, Kate, and I'll see you at 6:33.